In this video, we delve into the harrowing experiences of 10 remarkable women from European history who, despite their noble birth and often powerful positions, faced the grim reality of imprisonment and, in several tragic instances, execution. From queens of England and France to a Scottish monarch and a briefly reigning English lady, their lives were marked by political intrigue, religious conflict, and the ever-present threat of a monarch's displeasure. We will explore the circumstances that led to their confinement, the conditions they endured within castle walls and formidable towers like the Tower of London, and the ultimate fates that awaited them. Their stories serve as stark reminders of the precarious nature of power and the personal sacrifices often demanded of royal women in a turbulent past, leaving behind legacies that continue to fascinate and resonate today. But before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe to help us grow our channel. Queen Elizabeth I, 1533–1603. Before her famous reign, Elizabeth I endured a period of imprisonment in the Tower of London under her half-sister, Queen Mary I. Mary, a staunch Catholic, feared that Elizabeth, a Protestant, would become a rallying point for opposition to her rule. Elizabeth's time in the Tower was marked by constant fear and uncertainty, as she was a prime candidate for execution. She was eventually released but remained under house arrest, showing the perilous nature of Tudor politics. This early experience in a highly precarious situation undoubtedly shaped her into the cautious and pragmatic ruler she would later become, helping her to navigate the treacherous political landscape and establish a long period of relative stability in England. Queen Mary I, 1516–1558. Known to history as Bloody Mary, Queen Mary I's life was a tumultuous one, full of imprisonment and persecution. As a child, she was declared illegitimate by her father, King Henry VIII, after his marriage to Anne Boleyn. She was forbidden from seeing her mother, Catherine of Aragon, and was isolated and forced to live under difficult conditions. Later, under her Protestant half-brother, King Edward VI, Mary was again placed under house arrest and pressured to abandon her Catholic faith. Catherine of Aragon, 1485–1536. Catherine of Aragon, the first wife of King Henry VIII, was a steadfast queen whose refusal to annul her marriage set off the English Reformation. After Henry became infatuated with Anne Boleyn, he sought a papal annulment, but Catherine firmly refused, believing their marriage was divinely ordained. This led to her banishment from court and subsequent imprisonment in various rundown castles, where she was separated from her daughter, Mary I. Throughout her ordeal, Catherine maintained her dignity, holding fast to her title as queen and her faith until her death. Her unwavering resolve made her a symbol of piety and resistance against the king's demands. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help us grow our channel. Anne Boleyn, c. 1501–1536. Anne Boleyn, the ambitious and charismatic second wife of King Henry VIII, met a tragic end after a swift fall from grace. Her failure to produce a male heir for Henry led to his disenchantment with her, and his attention soon turned to Jane Seymour. Facing Henry's wrath, Anne was arrested on fabricated charges of adultery, incest, and treason. She was imprisoned in the Tower of London, in the very same apartments she had stayed in before her coronation. After a sham trial, she was found guilty and sentenced to death. On May 19, 1536, she was beheaded, marking a brutal end to her tumultuous reign and illustrating the ruthless nature of the Tudor court. Mary, Queen of Scots, 1542–1587. A tragic and controversial figure, Mary, Queen of Scots, spent nearly 2 decades as a prisoner in England. Following her forced abdication from the Scottish throne, she sought sanctuary from her cousin, Queen Elizabeth I. Instead of providing refuge, Elizabeth perceived Mary as a severe threat to her reign, given that many Catholics viewed Mary as the legitimate heir to the English throne. Mary was confined in a series of English castles and manor houses, living under constant surveillance. She was a constant conspirator, and evidence of her involvement in plots to assassinate Elizabeth and seize the throne eventually led to her trial and execution. Catherine de' Medici, 1519–1589, was a powerful and controversial figure, but her early life was marked by imprisonment. Born into the wealthy and influential Medici family in Florence, Italy, she became an orphan at a young age. During a period of political turmoil, When the Florentine people rebelled against Medici rule, Catherine was held hostage by the rebels. For a time, she was threatened with a life of prostitution in a brothel, but she was eventually rescued and used as a political pawn in the ongoing power struggles of the era. Her early experiences with loss and captivity shaped her into the cunning, ruthless, and politically savvy queen she later became. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help us grow our channel, Isabella. Eye of Castile, 1451–1504. While she is not known for being a royal prisoner in the traditional sense, her early life was marked by her confinement and isolation by her half-brother, King Henry IV. The king, wary of Isabella's popularity and her powerful supporters, kept her under close watch, effectively a prisoner within his court. He tried to force her into a marriage that would benefit his political goals, but Isabella shrewdly refused, escaping her situation by secretly marrying Ferdinand of Aragon. Her defiance of Henry's will and her strategic marriage laid the foundation for the unification of Spain and her eventual rise to power as a transformative queen. Marie Antoinette, 1755–1793, the last queen of France, is a quintessential example of royal imprisonment and execution. As the French Revolution spiraled out of control, she and King Louis XVI were confined to the Tuileries Palace, which was effectively a luxurious prison. After an attempt to flee France failed, they were moved to the Temple, a medieval fortress. The queen endured immense suffering, including separation from her children. She was tried by the Revolutionary Tribunal, condemned as a traitor, and executed by guillotine, becoming a tragic symbol of the Ancien Regime's downfall. Eleanor of Aquitaine, c. 1122–1204, one of the most powerful and influential women in medieval Europe, Eleanor of Aquitaine endured a long period of imprisonment at the hands of her second husband, King Henry II of England. After their sons rebelled against their father, Henry suspected Eleanor was the mastermind behind the revolt and had her arrested. She was held in various English and French castles for more than a decade, effectively a political prisoner. Her sons, including Richard the Lionheart, sought to have her released, but she was only freed after Henry's death. Her imprisonment demonstrated the precarious position of even the most powerful women in a patriarchal society. Lady Jane Grey, 1537–1554. Known as the 9 Days Queen, Lady Jane Grey's tragic story is one of a young woman who was a pawn in a power struggle. Following the death of King Edward VI, his supporters, eager to keep the Protestant faith, bypassed his half-sisters and proclaimed Jane Queen. Her reign was short-lived as the country rallied behind Mary Y, who was the legitimate heir. Jane was quickly deposed and imprisoned in the Tower of London. Despite her youth and innocence, she was convicted of treason and executed, a victim of the ruthless political and religious conflicts that defined the Tudor era. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help us grow our channel. Thank you for watching, and ring that bell to receive notification on new videos.